Vice President Kamala Harris is wrapping up her trip to NATO's eastern flank today. The White House is trying to ease concerns about Russian aggression in the area. This morning, Vice President Harris met with American troops in Poland as the war rages on right next door in Ukraine. NBC News correspondent Josh Letterman joins us now from the Polish capital, Warsaw. So, Josh, what did the vice president say to the troops, and what's next on her agenda?
Well, Joe, Vice President Harris, just before leaving Poland on her way to Romania, had a chance to meet both with U.S. and Polish troops. Those American troops coming from California, Puerto Rico, as well as Fort Bragg in North Carolina. Some of them had just gotten to Poland a week ago, as President Biden has been pouring more troops into Europe to try to shore up NATO's defenses. And Harris had this message for the troops when she met with them just a little while ago. Take a listen.
For us as nations that are grounded and founded in certain principles, including the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And that's what's at stake, as much as anything, in terms of Russia's reinvasion of Ukraine.
Harris now in Bucharest, Romania, where she is expected to meet with Romanian leadership to send a similar message of support to that nation, also experiencing an influx of refugees from Ukraine and having their own concerns about potential aggression from President Putin. That will be her last stop before the vice president heads back to Washington, where, of course, she's expected to brief President Biden about her meetings here in Europe.
Yeah, Josh, let's talk more about Romania, which, a little history here, like Poland, was a former satellite state of the Soviet Union. They're worried about Russian aggression, as you mentioned. So what is the vice president telling the leaders of these countries about that?
Well, she had a message that will be very familiar to NBC News chief NATO policy wonk Savannah Sellers, who has been all over this story for weeks now. She sent the message that the U.S. is going to do everything it can to defend its NATO allies. That Article 5 commitment we've spoken about so many times on this show before. Here's the way the vice president put it.
The United States' commitment to Article 5 is ironclad. The United States is prepared to defend every inch of NATO territory. The United States takes seriously that an attack against one is an attack against all.
And to that end, Joe, the vice president also announced that 2 Patriot anti-missile batteries from the U.S. have now arrived here in Poland as part of U.S. continuing efforts to try to make sure NATO has what it needs to defend itself.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.